Y'all know what it is, man. It's two of your favorite Geminis, and it's Gemini season. Hey, Trav, man, what's happening?
Just cooling, folks. Just cooling, man. I think it was a little distorted when you came in. I'm looking like, what going on, man?
Oh man, little
Let me see what's going on. Something. I don't know, man. But
might have
everything
been the
good,
little,
man.
might have been from the Smith Note. We just don't
Might
know,
have
man.
been. Everything good,
Extraterrestrial
bro.
activity is going on in the building. You know what I'm saying? Want to
Everything good
shout
with
out to
y'all.
everything good, man. Everything good. You know, we coming on live. You know, those who get a chance to catch us live and in raw form, man, you know, we appreciate y'all so much as y'all come on in and check out the Gemini twins. Now, obviously, man, just getting right into it. Some people are not all that happy about Atlanta, about Gwinnett, about just Georgia in general. And that's Stacey Abrams. You know, she got a whole lot of stuff to say right now. And I just want to know where all the anger is coming from. But she's throwing out like real stats. But I just want to know where the anger is coming from. You know what I'm saying? When she's speaking on the city so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we got the election about to come up in Georgia. You know, she's running for one of the seats, obviously.
She's running for the big boy.
The big boy. Yeah, the big boy. And I mean, I don't know, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think though. Let's go ahead and get Miss Stacey Abrams up.
I am tired of hearing about being the best state in the country to do business when we are the worst state in the country to live. When you're number 48 for mental health, when you're number 1 for maternal mortality, when you have an incarceration rate that's on the rise and wages that are on the decline, then you're not the number 1 place to live in the United States. But we can get there, Gwinnett.
First part of comment, riling
so
some
hold
within-
up. So let's go ahead and stop Miss Abrams. So she's saying with her we can get there. So we 48th in mental health, right? Now, obviously, in the last let's say 5 years, you know, we've been pushing real hard about this mental health situation. First off, I don't think mental health is going to change until we're able to wipe out and eradicate poverty. Because if you broke or if you in a state of poverty to where you can't get ahead, you're not making no money, your family, you know, everything's just all messed up, that's going to cause mental health issues in this material world. So, you know,
I agree with you on that, but that is not the only cause of mental health. Poverty isn't, bro, and it's not the main one because there are rich people. Most rich people deal with mental health. I mean,
I mean, I agree.
You know
I agree with that too.
And they can
I
pay
agree
for
with
the therapy. You got to be able to afford the therapy, dog. Poor motherfuckers can't afford that shit.
Right. But I
You
think
going to the high school counselor.
Yeah. I mean, but I also think that mental health too. I mean, like you said, a lot of people who are rich suffer from mental health issues because of, you know, whatever they're going through in their life that's making them depressed. I get that. But I feel like to eradicate a lot of melanated people, black people, mental health issues, if we can try to eradicate poverty. Because when you look at a lot of these inner cities and stuff like that, there's a lot of things that are not getting addressed. And those things being on the economic side is what's really, you know, causing a lot of the problems out here and making a lot of the mental health issues worse than what they already are. So, you know, when she speaks on that part of it, you know, I don't see how you make that better unless you're going to create more opportunity for people on that side, or like you said, provide some type of therapy, free therapy to people, like, or people can get, you know, a certain amount of visits for free, or be able to, you know, talk to counselors or whatever, you know, would help them get through their situation. But you know, I'm interested. I want somebody to get in the comment box and give me their opinion on that. Like, do y'all feel like that poverty is the main cause of mental health? I'm not saying it's the only thing, but is it the main cause? Like, you feel what I'm saying? And if it is, then let's have a discussion about it and let's try to fix it.
It's not only that though. She also mentioned that I mean, it wasn't in that video, but during that during that public speaking, she also mentioned that the minimum wage in the state hasn't risen in over a decade. It is still $7.25 an hour.
Absolutely, and that's what I was just about to say. I was just about to say that, and going into the wages, Georgia, and a lot of people when they move to the South, they say, "Oh yeah, the South got cheaper rent. It got it's easier living." That's because, like you said, the wages are down. Atlanta has a big city vibe with a country style income living. Everything else though is trying to catch up to the big cities, the cost of living, the entertainment costs, etc. Right? But the standard of wages and the jobs that are willing to pay it are they're not in Atlanta. You're very hard to find a good paying, real good paying job here in Atlanta, Georgia. Especially to start off. I'm saying it's hard to find good paying jobs here in Atlanta, Georgia, like good hourly start off jobs, like by the masses. I'm not talking about the few. I'm talking about the people that we're speaking of. But if we're in a room with 100,000 people, there are not 100,000 good paying jobs in Atlanta, sir. They're not.
I don't know. It might be, bro.
Man, you can't name me five. Name me five.
Let me tell you something. There are warehouses that pay well. It's about what people want to do. It's about what people want to do, bro. You know what I'm saying?
There are not 100. Look, Atlanta is one of the biggest metropolitan cities in America.
This is what you got. No, it is, but this is what you got to think about, right? So in the metro area, there's about 6 million people. So you're telling me that there's not even 100,000 jobs that pay well in Atlanta, my nigga?
Not well. No, not without. But see, but see, this is what I'm saying, though, bro. We gotta talk about now. If you gotta understand though, it's different classes of it though, right? So if we got people who have certain degrees, you feel what I'm saying?
My bad. Go ahead.
No, it's all good because you got control of it, so it's all.
Yeah, I ain't mean. I touched it. I ain't mean to hit that.
So we got people who have it's different classes. It's like you got people who have certain degrees, and if I don't have that degree, that automatically disqualifies me. But if we're talking about high school graduates with some college education, what makes up predominantly majority of all cities, right? Majority, including me, right? I didn't finish college, so I would be that high school diploma with some college on the resume type guy. There are not enough jobs that will start off paying you in the 20s for you to start working for their company. There's not 100,000 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas got to raise their bar. Like, I hate my people. You got to raise your bar. And I've talked to certain people about this. You got to shoot high when you look for jobs. There are definitely more than 100,000 jobs. There's probably more than that downtown Atlanta within a 5-mile radius, bro. It's definitely. You're not in the job market though, so you don't know. You probably don't know too many people that's looking for
100,000. Right, like, let me refer.
That's not a big number, Don people. That's not a big number.
That is an astronomical number.
Think about
when you get off air, you'll sit back and think,
dude, that's not a big number.
Listen, I'm willing to give you $100 if you can tell me in a 5-mile radius that there are 75,000 jobs. There is not, man. Like that is a lot of jobs, bro. Do you understand? Like 100,000 jobs, bro?
No, that's actually not. So what you're saying is a metropolis area.
I said Atlanta.
We're talking about Metro Atlanta. We've already established metropolitan Atlanta. We already said that 2 minutes ago. Metro Atlanta.
Right.
In a metropolis area where it's almost 6 million people, there are not 100,000 jobs available that pay well. Come on, bro. You're not thinking. You're not
without a college degree.
Without
Without a college degree. It's not happening. Yes. It's not happening. What's your definition of paying well? What is your definition of paying well?
My definition of paying well is you can get over 60,000 a year. Easy. 75, 80. But you be reaching for hikes that other people ain't. We talking about living well. We're not talking about living
75,
poor.
80. I want to know.
You're going to live well, bro.
Okay, so
and
would you
know
consider?
this.
Would
Me
you
and you
consider?
both have lived well off of way less than that.
Would
So
you
can't even sit
consider
here and say that's not good
Piedmont
living.
Hospital a good job?
It depends on what you do there.
Would you
It
consider
depends on
Embry
what you do
to
there.
be a good job? I would
It
love somebody.
depends
I
on
would
what
love
you do
somebody
there.
to get in the comment section, and I want y'all to shut Trav down because he ain't gonna
'Cause
let me shut him down.
But you can't
Y'all
though.
shut
'Cause I
Trav
can-
down,
look, I
and
can call
y'all
somebody.
tell me how
Look,
many
I
jobs is
can
in there.
call somebody. You talking about Emory, man? I know people that work at Emory that make well over $100,000 right now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And I guarantee you they have multiple
look,
degrees.
No, they
I
don't.
guarantee
They
you
don't
they have
They
multiple degrees.
do not have multiple degrees. I know people that work in warehouses.
The person that
make
stays in my house has
listen,
been
listen,
in Emory
listen,
for over
but-
9 years,
but
bro.
Let's not go there though. Let's not
I'm just saying,
not
like
go
you
there
can't tell. I don't understand
because that's different though. That's different. That's different. And I don't know. I don't know the drive behind that person. You feel what I'm saying? But that's
bro,
different.
like
though.
it's not about
That's
a
different.
drive. It's certain degrees that you have to have.
Bro,
I don't understand what you're.
Let me tell you something.
I'm trying to understand what you're talking about that.
You're caught up on
100,000 jobs, bro. Do you know how
caught
many?
up on degrees, nigga, and you're not
we
understanding the grind
had-
of people. It's more than 100,000 jobs
Bro.
available right now in Atlanta,
They're
Georgia.
not paying, and they're not all paying. I guarantee you, out of them 100,000,
What that
you
means-
won't find
they're not paying good
15%
enough
of
for
them
you.
paying over $20 an hour.
They're not paying good enough for
15% of them are not paying over $20 an hour.
You heard what I
So
said?
are
They're
there
not paying good
100,000
enough for
jobs?
you.
Are there
For you, my
100,000
nigga.
jobs? I will say this. Maybe, but them 100,000 jobs include McDonald's, Subway, Cookout, mall parking lot attendant, valet, just a whole bunch of stuff.
If you add those, nigga, we talking about way more than 100,000 jobs.
Oh my God. Like I said, I want somebody on the replay or whatever to get in the comment box, man, and tell me what do y'all think about this? Because obviously
you gotta think about what you're saying on Donnie right now. You're saying that there are not 100,000 jobs available in a city with millions of people. That's just not even that, nigga. That ain't.
I didn't say 100,000 jobs. I said certain quality jobs. You saying quality jobs.
Let me say this again. So
you're putting it as a broad spectrum.
You're saying that there are not 100,000 jobs that pay well available to people in Atlanta, Georgia, or the
without
metro
degrees.
Atlanta.
Without degrees. My answer is no.
I'm gonna have to debate with you on that, bro.
Oh, we debated it. At the end of the day,
I'm gonna have to tell you, you need to rethink what you're saying and do a little more research. That's all you gotta do.
100,000
rethink what you're saying and do a little more research.
I will listen. I will make an Indeed account right now, right? And I will go on there and put some college, everything I said. I'll put an old ass resume I had back in the day.
Well, you just hit a lick, boy.
And right there, Indeed is the biggest search engine in the States. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Indeed, you can categorize and tell them like, hey, is it some college? Is it, you know what I'm saying?
What would you put in your search? What would you put in your search?
I mean, I don't know, like whatever I would be looking for at that time. If I was looking for a job, you see, this is the thing. This is the whole point. You just missed what I said. I said for majority of the people in populations, you have high school diploma, some college. That means you're not certified to do anything, right? There are some people who will take a chance on you and train you or whatever, but there are not 100,000 jobs that are going to start you over $20 an hour that are going to pay you with some college and not an expert skill. No,
look,
sir.
I just pulled up. I ain't even typing in the what you call. I just pulled up where Atlanta, Georgia. This is Atlanta. This is the city of Atlanta.
All the jobs, bro.
Listen,
like
listen. No,
I can't debate with you no more,
listen. I didn't even type in nothing.
Okay.
Because I asked you what to type in. You said, I don't know. I typed in Atlanta, Georgia, which is 42 square miles, bro. Atlanta, Georgia this ain't even the metro area. This is Atlanta only.
Okay.
Bro, you got 131,000 jobs available right now.
Bro, what is the pay on these jobs, though? You keep talking about the broad stroke of jobs.
Look, they changed.
I never said that.
Look, they changed. Look, $19 to $21 an hour. Look, $13.50 to $16 an hour. Look, 80,000 to 100,000. 120 to 150 a day. $18 to $30 an hour. They're in all different ranges.
Man, that's a broad scope. What is you talking about? You're saying like this is 100,000 plus.
Look,
listen, I cannot
out of that,
agree with
that person that makes $19 to $21 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
If they working 60 hours a week, which a man should be anyway. As men, we should.
That's if a company gives you overtime, bro. Look, you're thinking from a warehouse point of view. You're thinking from a warehouse point of view.
No, I'm not thinking from a
or
warehouse
a company.
Point of view. I'm thinking about this is what I'm thinking about.
Overtime.
No. This is what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about men who make a lot of money. They work a shitload of hours. It has nothing to do with being in a warehouse. It could be a corporate job, wherever you are. If you make a lot of money, dude, you work a lot of hours. That's a known fact. It's not one man that's doing well for himself and work 40 hours a week right now. Not one.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
You work a shitload of hours.
You have to get lucky and find a job that will let you do that.
No, what you got to do is you got to
jobs probably won't let you do overtime.
You got to have drive and ambition. You got to have some drive and some ambition.
Well, that means you have to have a second job then.
Look, listen to this. Your salary range, that's what you require. Other people don't require the money that you want. A person could say, man, I made $40,000 a year. Listen. You said people doing well. And what you're comparing it off of is what you see or how you live. That's what you're comparing it off of, right? But there are people that live way better lives than me and you that make way less money than we do, dog. And they not in no debt. They have no problems with life. They might not be in the fanciest cars, but they don't really want that. They don't really care about
life
that.
Is all about perception, and life is all about wants and needs. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, even in society, right? Right now, the way the market is with food, rent, and shelter, and everything else going up, comfortably for you to survive by yourself, you need to be making at least $20 or more an hour. Period. Or it is no way that you can survive by yourself. Now, if you're content with having roommates, not having your own and just sharing everything and busting stuff down the middle, like if that's how you want to live forever, but it should be a certain point in life where you want to break free and have your own independency. And to be able to do that, you have to make over a certain amount of money. But I agree with what you're saying on the basis of happiness is defined by the beholder. Whatever makes you happy, that's what makes you happy. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I can't look at.
Let me ask you something. If you want to work here anywhere right now, and you let's say you didn't live here, let's say you just moved to Atlanta, would you be able to find a job that pays you pretty good? Do you think you would be able to find you a job that pays you enough to where you're comfortable? And nigga, you ain't struggling, you ain't worried about it.
I'm gonna tell you something though. Real talk. It depends on the field of what for the field of stuff that I do. Yes, I could.
Now, if you search for fast food jobs, you need to be looking to be a manager or something.
Yeah. I mean, you know somebody's but
like that's the goal, right? That's what you need to be shooting for. You can't be filling out position to flip burgers, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're just trying to get on your feet somewhere right quick. Like, and I don't advise people to do that. I don't advise anybody that's grown to even apply for fast food positions.
Or what about Walmart? What about Target?
I mean, Walmart, that ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? They pay down on $20 an hour. Publix pay down on $20 an hour. I don't know about Kroger. You know what I'm saying? I know Publix though. You got to go for the right spots. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, like, some jobs are made for people that are younger, that are not like nigga, like kids, like Kroger's and shit like that. That's perfect for your teenagers. You know what I'm saying? The bag nigga bagging your groceries, cashiers, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's perfect for those people. But adults, like, you know, I understand sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but you need to be shooting high. You know what I'm saying? Don't be shooting low and then be getting turned down. That shit ain't even worth it. Nigga, challenge yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take the risk.
You have to challenge yourself, and you have to
that's like this right here, Donnie. Look, right. Somebody say, man, you know, I got $100 an episode for DeadBolt ATL. Like, what? Nigga, are you fucking crazy? Y'all ain't nigga suck my dick, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That definitely would get that. That definitely would get that response too. And
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
But just to end it with this, I say that we will come back with we're gonna get some stats together on that, because I still don't, you know, like I said, we'll just agree to disagree on the the job parameters or whatever the case may be. But if something like I'll agree with you on this. People just need to aim higher. You know what I'm saying? But as a whole, Atlanta, moving to Atlanta, like what she said, I think right now, I think it is overpopulated. People coming down, not really having a plan, just trying to come down, either get into entertainment or for the wrong reasons. And then it's just a lot of people in the way. You feel me? But
look, also, man, she stated that Atlanta is number 9 in gun violence. Hold on, man. Damn, the shit had disappeared. Number 9 in gun violence, and also number 1 in new HIV cases. Do you think that that number 1 in new HIV cases comes from any certain place, or do you think it's just a Sin City down here? It's just wild in Atlanta, man, because we do know it's pretty fast down here.
Yeah, I mean, I think Atlanta, when you think about the different crowds, right? Like the crowds that deal in different spaces. It's you have that crowd now mixing with the straight female crowd. And now these females are bringing it to the men on, who don't even fuck around on that side. So
right.
I think Atlanta, it's a cesspool. And now that you got something that can get rid of it, so to speak, like a pill you can take, now people really being reckless. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As far as with the guns, I think you're gonna have violence in a city or in a state that has total gun, you can pack down here. And that's good though. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is why I'm scared for Stacey Abrams to get in office, because she's pro-gun ban. And one thing about the Republicans is they love their guns. So at the end of the day, I love my guns, you love your guns. That's where I believe that we should have the right to bear arms.
Yeah, she can't change that though. It's here now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's here, but if she gets the governor seat, who knows what she can do? I'm not a politician. I don't know what rules she can overturn. I don't know any of that. But with some of the stuff we're about to get into, obviously getting into the episode, this is now being questioned. They're bringing back certain bills and stuff, but we'll get into that in a second. Moving forward, though, man, definitely want to send our condolences out to Lil Keed and his family, man. I know. He had passed away, and the situation with the lean and the syrup and the kidney failure, and it might be a sacrifice for Thug and Gunner. It's a lot of different things swirling around it. But one thing was for sure that I think that Atlanta dropped the ball on, or Forest Park dropped the ball on, is they should have let my man have a visual. Now, I understood that I understand YSL is implemented in a RICO situation, so you don't want to have these dudes involved. You feel what I'm saying? And and it might be a touchy situation right now due to the politics of it. You feel me? But with him being not indicted, I think you guys should have let him do that. Now, obviously, he had his funeral and stuff like that, so he's in the ground now. But at the same time, I think that should have been allowed. Because he did rep the city. And he was a popular artist.
Yeah, I ain't know much about Lil Keed. I think you had told me about him. So I guess rest in peace, Lil Keed, man. I don't really know what happened. They saying different things, kidney failure, liver failure, something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're dealing with the lean and stuff like that. But I mean, overall,
I did see that
overall,
too.
Even if you didn't know Lil Keed, do you feel like that they should have denied his right, his family's right to do a visual at that park?
Is he from down there, the city of Forest Park?
The city. I mean, regardless, do you feel like that's right?
I mean, they trying to keep things safe, so because they know what that might bring.
Book ass nigga.
You know what's crazy, man. I ain't gonna say nobody's name, man, but one of my close partners, man, was he died from some gun violence, and when we went to his funeral, they were expecting the person that killed him to come shoot up the funeral. And his family hadn't retaliated, but he was on some shit like, man, I'm killing everybody, bro. I don't care. So it was probably 40 police at the funeral, just waiting. They were waiting for something to happen, but nothing ever happened. You know, obviously, and if it was too many police out there, man. You know what I'm saying? So certain things do happen in certain situations. I mean, we just seen it on TV and we done heard about it in the news. Funerals getting shot up, vigils getting shot up. Look how they did Young Dolph. Didn't they shoot up his vigil when they was outside at the store or something like that?
Yeah, it was some interference.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what happened.
It
But
was
some
something like that.
They probably didn't, like you said, they probably didn't want to have this visual because of the YSL YFN situation. Maybe this would have been a time for some violence to happen, but it's just sad that due to the street shit, you can't be celebrated even after death.
You think about what Forest Park and what Forest Park and where they was trying to have this visual, nigga. Cleveland Avenue is like on the next corner. You feel me? It's like right there. So it's in the same territory, man. So they just don't want no BS going on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you asked me, they should have let it went down, man. You know, because they could have got the spot secured. Let me say that. They should have let it happen. They could have got enough police officers out there to keep the peace and had a visual for bro. So yeah, they should have, man. Yeah. Fuck Forest Park.
And also,
I had to think about it, dog. So I changed up.
I know you were salty, and we got to say F versus for not getting you your tickets to this 8-Ball, MJG, and Bun B versus. Now I know you a big fan, and you wanted to get into the show. You wanted to be live, and I just, you know,
boy, ain't no way.
Yeah, it's a bad look. And you know, obviously the show is filming live as we're recording live, but you know, we got to check it out for the start, and we was going to delay the show a little bit to get into it, but it was
delay the show a little bit.
Yeah, man. we did. So if y'all was waiting in the lobby, my bad. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, this situation to me was a slap in the face of Pimp C. And the reason why I say that is because Pimp C's not here. And we haven't really paid tribute to Pimp C. I don't feel like Pimp C has gotten his roses like he should. Like, you know, I don't feel like Pimp C has gotten, you know what I'm saying, like his just due. And I know that Pimp C was on a whole different type of time before he passed away, different from what Bun was on. You know, Pimp C was speaking out against the powers that be, talking about the homosexuality in hip hop. You know, he's one of the first mainstream artists to kind of let you in behind the curtain at the time. And that interview with the Dirty Boys is always going to be synonymous for me, because that was something that he really came at. And, you know, really in Atlanta, he called Atlanta. He said it really wasn't the South, because Atlanta was on Eastern Standard Time. And
it was on the East Coast.
Yeah, you know, so let's not forget that, you know. So Pimp wasn't really on, you know, the best terms with Atlanta, you know.
I don't think matter of fact, nobody in Georgia forgot that.
Yeah,
because look, he had to come back and correct everything. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, "Nah, I love that. I love Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta." He had to come back with something because niggas was like, "Man, bro, what you talking about, bro?"
No, yeah, it was a lot of like
how you gonna even try us like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what he meant though. I think that he was really just seeing where the game is now. We got to understand, Pimp's been gone over a decade. Okay, so Pimp at this point in his, you know, where he's at with it, it's like he probably seen how the game went from being gangster, you know, and even though niggas wasn't living they raps back then, obviously, but when I mean gangster, just real lyrics, you know, just coming from a real place in hip hop and seeing where it was going, where all this homosexuality and all that stuff was going on. You know, like Pimp say, go and die. You know, and he really wasn't for it. And I think once he spoke out to the powers that be, they whacked him. And obviously they're gonna blame it on his lean addiction and all that type of stuff. But I just don't think Pimp died like that. And you know, I think a lot of other people feel the same way. So I think Pimp really should have got his roses. You know, and you know, I know Bun B made an announcement and said, I know a lot of people thought I was gonna have people rapping Pimp C's verses. I understand you didn't want to have that, but just really having it in the proper venue, you know, it sounded like the sound was kind of bootleg and it was thrown together like a 3-day, 4-day look. Versus got a name. Y'all gonna get the Instagram live followers and stuff like that, but I think we could have did it just a little bit more better, you know. So that's what kind of disappointed me with the whole thing with the verses, man. I ain't gonna hold you. You feel me?
I mean, they could have invested a lot more time in it, man. I think really it only went down because of the live they was on Instagram on Monday, and Bun B mentioned it, and he told 8-Ball MJG to hop in on the live, and then they made it happen. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason. I don't think Swizz Beatz and Timbaland had any intentions on ever having a UGK versus 8-Ball and MJG live, because they are not influenced by those guys, even though Swizz Beatz did go to high school down here in Stone Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure around his high school years that they were being played all over the radio.
Yeah.
And Timbaland is from Virginia. That is part of the South.
I agree with that.
I just don't really see them feeling like it was worth the promo like a Locks versus the Dipset, which was done in Madison Square Garden. We talked about this. I said that shit was in a small venue. Now you were like, bro, that was in the Garden.
Yeah, I mean, like they've had a couple of big events that brought the people out, and I just think 8-Ball and MJG, right? Because just like Bone was in a decent size, you know what I'm saying, venue and the whole nine. It's
Donnie. They could have made so much money off of this.
Yeah, because like you said, you was trying to buy tickets and go.
Why not have tickets? I mean, even at the venue there,
because like you said,
Terminal
they didn't
West,
respect it, and it was something they could have just threw together. Man. It, like you said, maybe they got the green light to just put together certain shows and stuff like that, because they just threw that together. And I think ultimately this is a disrespect to Pimp C overall. And like you said, we didn't watch the rest of it. We're gonna go back and watch it on replay, but I doubt they bounce back because we watched the first 20 minutes.
It's disrespectful to Southern hip hop, my nigga. It's disrespectful to country rap tunes. Like, period. That's what I grew up off of, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, will they treat Outkast and Goodemont like this in this situation? Maybe not, because Outkast is a world renowned group. You know what I'm saying? They're icons. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're cultural icons. Like, they on top forever.
Yeah,
there's no duo that has ever been as big as Outkast. So they'll probably get a way better treatment than UGK and 8-Ball and MJG. But they're legends to us. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's probably some New York niggas right now saying these niggas wet. You know what I'm saying?
So,
but to each his own, though. You like what you like.
Right. So getting into the show, man, we appreciate everybody, man, who tuned in to DeadBolt ATL. You know what I'm saying? To all our streaming platforms, all our partners, all our affiliates, man. What up? What up? What up? So, man, obviously, man, get into our hip hop news and everything affecting our culture and all this fuckery that goes on around the galaxy that we like to get into. The first thing I want to talk about, now, a lot of mainstream people might not know about this, but we want to just jump right into this hood shit, man. Like, if you pull the gun, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. Ain't that how it's supposed to go, Trav? So it's supposed to be honor amongst thieves, right? They say honor amongst thieves, but it's damn sure supposed to be honor amongst son and father and son.
Well, they say there is no honor amongst thieves.
Oh yeah, they say no honor amongst thieves. You're right,
there is no honor,
but it's supposed to be honor amongst father and son, especially father and son that's retaliating on some situation that killed one of your sons and took out one of your brothers.
That's a fact.
So this situation with Queso and his daddy, man, this is kind of disturbing, man. This has picked up mainstream attention, from 50 Cent amongst others, and this situation right here, man, this screams niggas just can't handle the pen, man. Let's just keep it a bean. The more life goes on, the more we get introduced to all these comfortabilities in life. Niggas can't get that 3 hots in the cot shit no more. Pop said, man, my back going out. I can't do this. But you knew what you signed up for. You knew what your son was into. And this is what I think, people like Hassan Campbell and Charleston White and all these other dudes preach, that nigga, you got to reel in your children. Now, this nigga's a killer in Jacksonville. This nigga's responsible. I follow the Jacksonville drill scene. He's responsible for putting allegedly Bibby in the dirt and amongst a couple of others, right? But this situation that caused his father to hop into was a situation when they were all in the car, his brother, and I think somebody else, him and the daddy, and the brother and I think the cousin of somebody got killed in the car. Pops got shot, and he had to take his son to the hospital, basically his dead body son, to the hospital after a retaliation or drive-by, whatever happened in the car. And it's like, so they're getting you on that retaliation. So that retaliation resulted in somebody getting murdered. He didn't pull the trigger, obviously, but he might have been driving or whatever the case may be. And then he get jammed up with it, and now he locked up with his son. So let me ask y'all, and I want to throw this to you, Trav. Like, do you feel that in this situation, his son, if you queso, right, and you know that, I know my pops didn't pull the trigger. I know I had him on this street shit. Like all the drugs and wore off now. You sitting in there, you awaiting trial. Do you want your father to go down with you? And if not, the only way that your father wouldn't go down with you is he would have to snitch on you. Would you advise him to tell on you if you the one that pulled the trigger and you was living this life, and obviously you dragged him into this shit one way or the
other? Yeah, something like that. But
I mean, the only way he's getting off is a snitch, though. I
think the situation
has to
is
testify against his son.
So they want him to go, to take the stand.
Yeah, they said he will be testifying. He will be testifying against his son. Now, I don't know if the death penalty is on the line for what his son then got charged for and everything like that. So I ain't aware of that totally. But obviously this is going to put him in jail and be the nail in the coffin if his daddy testifies against him. Gotcha. But if and you've met with your attorney and you know that you ain't about to get off and you just going to bring your father down with you, why not back channel your daddy somehow? Because they moved them, they in separate jails now. I think they were in the same jail and then they moved them after this announcement. But if you was in the same jail, I would have went up to my daddy and been like, man, look, Pops, man, I know you never had this street life out for me, man. I got in too deep. And I know by me getting in too deep, got you in fucked up, bro. And I don't want you to live the rest of your life behind this wall. Man, just go ahead, man, and just testify against me, bro. That's what I would do. If I knew it, I knew I dragged my daddy into it. Now, if it's on the other hand and my daddy was sending me to hit licks and my daddy was sending me to go, pull up on niggas and get at the ops, then that's different. Then, Dad, you got to ride it out with me. But if you just a civilian gone bad because of the situation, right? Like, what would you do if somebody took your son out right in front of you? That emotion alone is going to make you, like, that's your son. Yeah. So it's just like, exactly. So if that was just the emotion and you're really a good man and that was just the emotion, man, he need to let his father snitch on him, bro, or call it what you want. Like, certain rules shouldn't apply to his daddy. Like, this is a civilian. Now, if he's a street dude and he's a criminal, then at the end of the day, ain't nothing else to talk about. You got to ride. But if you a civilian, you got other kids, like he got little brothers and sisters on the streets or something like that, man, they need their daddy out there. And if I know I ain't seeing the light of day anyway, then I'm letting my dad do what he got to do, bro. So
maybe they work something out. Maybe they work something out though.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
he gonna do some time though, because he's been doing the crimes with his son, so he gonna.
But no, this one crime. No, listen though. Man, you already know how they do these deals. These deals are sweet. They've already been in jail for a minute. So if he testifies against his son, and this is the difference between his son getting, say, 10 years and 30 or 40. Oh, yeah, or the max or life or life sentence or something like that. They'll let his father walk, bro.
Yeah, his father gonna get out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If his father cooperates, and I'm thinking and hoping that it's some back channel shit. Now, if he end up doing the interview,
that's the game, though. That's really like he should. Yeah, I mean, but then again, I don't know though. That's funny because you daddy, nigga. You already old. You know what I'm saying? You want your son to be out here free.
Like, yeah, you want your son to be out here free, but if they got so much on your son, his son is a killer though, bro. A real life killer. Like I said,
what if they got on his daddy?
His daddy just an accessory.
So his daddy was with him when he did it.
Yeah, like you listen to what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like his dad went on the retaliation hit with him. But like I said,
he fucked up. Man.
He fucked up, bro. But look at the emotion that went with that. He witnessed his son get killed right in front of him. So who knows? I can't even speak on no shit like that, bro. I can't speak on what you supposed to do. What you supposed to do? Just send your son by yourself? to go, because somebody got to die after that.
You supposed to take responsibility for what you did, man.
Yeah, it sounds good, man. In a perfect world, but like I said, we'll see what this situation, how this shit play out.
Ride
man.
it out, bro.
Yeah.
He's snitching on his son, though. Yeah.
But like I said, he's snitching on his son.
They worked out something in the background on it.
If it's some background shit, like I said, if it's some background shit, like, yo, this nigga man name is like legendary in Jacksonville, his son. He been niggas rhyming about him, motherfucker. He's in Who I Smoked, all this type of shit, right? They got this man by the balls.
What is Who I Smoked?
See, that's what I'm saying. You don't follow the Jacksonville scene, so I'm gonna pass that over. But that's the song
I'm asking. What is Who I Smoked?
That was a remix song.
So it's a song. Okay.
Yeah. But that situation, man, is just crazy. But we'll see what ends up happening with that, man. Overall, shout out to my man Justin Timberlake, though, man. Like, I know a lot of y'all, man, don't fuck with Justin, man, right now, man. But he did have a few songs and shit like that, right? A lot of artists did songs with him, but he sold his catalog, his entire music catalog, for $100 million deal. So shout out to Mr. Timberlake. Trav, what you think? You think he got over or under? You think he got paid, or you think he got ripped off for his catalog?
He got ripped off.
Think he got ripped off?
Yeah, I think.
Okay. Think he got ripped off.
Yeah, because he yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm kind of feeling like, bro, in the comments, ain't nobody on here got 100 million sold. I think he just Timberlake is huge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like Usher. It's like Usher taking 100 million for his catalog. No, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But
I think cashing out. I think cashing out might be the wrong thing.
Maybe I think so too. You know what I'm saying? Because Justin Timberlake can drop some more music and go to it and get that money right there, right quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he's done with music or what. I don't know what Justin Timberlake doing right now. I know he's been acting. I did read some not too long ago that say him and Timberland were back in the studio. So he's probably finna drop something.
And that's what I'm saying. Like he can always come out and make it pop and be pop, because that's Justin. But I think 100 million was a little low, especially with the devaluation of the dollar. That that money don't stick like it used to. So with all the wealth of Elon Musk and the Jeff Bezos and all these type dudes, you feel me? Like 100 million ain't nothing but a drop in the bucket. But obviously he has people advising him, right? And if you have debt, or if you have something that you can leverage, like to have 100 million on tap, because a lot, that's 100 million on tap. A lot of people got net worth, but net worth don't normally mean money on tap. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
So I really think that he probably just wanted some cash, man. To flood his accounts and take care of some stuff he had to do. I'll say that. When it comes to him,
that's possible, though.
Yeah, absolutely, that's possible. Absolutely, that's possible.
Yeah, that's very possible, dog.
But this next thing we're gonna talk about, man, as we flip up, man, because there's been a lot of chaos that's been going on in the country, man, especially over the last month. With the situation that happened in Cali, situation that happened in Buffalo, situation that just went down in Texas. We want to send our condolences all over the country for what's been going on out here. And this situation right here, though, man, to me, I'm not gonna say it's a stretch. My man really has some strong words as far as, what I'm saying, Mr. Rep right here, my man Rodney Jackson. He has some strong words about hip hop and its influence over a lot of what's going on, these shootings and the violence and just everything. And he really got his concerns. And my thing is, are these concerns justified, though? Are we really going to turn the mirror on ourselves finally and hold ourselves accountable? That's the question now that we really got to start asking ourselves, because he feels that hip hop music is a big contributor.
Let me run a video.
So our culture has changed over the last 30 or 40 years, and there's been an attack on those things in particular. And I just think that kids are exposed to all kinds of horrible stuff nowadays too. I look back and I think about the horrible stuff that they hear when they listen to rap music, the video games that they watch from a really early age with all of this horrible violence and stuff. And I just think that and they have this access to the internet on a regular basis, which is it's just not good for kids, I don't think. And so I don't know what's going on. So our culture has changed over the last.
What you think, Donnie?
I mean, my thing is, I honestly feel that he hit the nail on the head, bro. I mean, our kids are really subjected to a lot of horrible things within these lyrics. And we've been desensitized over time, right? Because I remember listening to certain music back in the day, and you couldn't listen to it in front of certain people. They would tell you to turn it off. Now it's like the dirty side of hip hop is now the mainstream side. This is the side that's played in the stadiums. This is the side that's played in arenas, in movies and all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So are there certain music or certain parts of hip hop that kids should not be able to listen to? Man, yes. And I understand we put the parental advisories on there, but the parents and the people around, the communities, the ones that protect, the shepherds, like, we got to do a better job of isolating our kids' minds. Because, in my household, I really don't listen to that type of music around them for them to grasp it. They might hear it a little bit here and there, but a lot of times they don't hear that because I want them to remain innocent as long as possible. Obviously we live in a very dark world, so they're going to get exposed to it one way or the other, and you don't want to shelter them too long, but you want to remain innocent as long as possible, because there's a lot of bad stuff that's being put into games, into music and video games. You know what I'm saying? Because Call of Duty is just a walking simulation, as we seen in Buffalo, which we're going to get into briefly because I want to pull something up on my little conspiracy piece. But these situations, we got to call them for what they is, man. Music, and I know we had rock and roll back in the day, and rock and roll was for white people was the equivalent of hip hop. But hip hop is being pushed by a whole different marketing beast. They didn't have all the media outlets and the YouTubes and the smartphones in everybody's hands. They didn't have all this stuff back then to push the music, so it still remained a little taboo. Now this shit is spreading like, as long as you got a phone, as long as you got some type of communication, you can tap into the frequency. You feel me?
Yeah, you can. That's a fact.
So I can't say without a doubt, like I can't say 100% if it's the music, but I'm willing to say it's more closer to 100%.
Music definitely has influence. Music and video games. Matter of fact, you listening to your favorite artist talking about killing people, and then you hop on your Xbox or your PlayStation and you hop on some GTA or Call of Duty or something like that, and you're doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
For a kid to get a hold of Grand Theft Auto, I feel like it's a travesty.
They're not supposed to, actually.
Yeah, they're not supposed to, but people are more subjected to let their kids play video games more so than listen to certain music. They'll let it slip by in a video game or in a certain movie. It's just a shame that our whole culture is just thrives off murder, death, kill, repeat. It is what it is. So do I think kids are being affected and this is causing a lot of the mental health? Absolutely. I definitely do. But getting into the back half of this, right? Because obviously there was a shooting that sparks this conversation. So we had the shooting in Texas, obviously, that's now up to like 20 people, you know what I'm saying? And like 19 of them were kids. And obviously, Trav, with you being a father, I know it hits home too. I feel like now we definitely need armed security in every level of every level of school, from preschool to elementary school. To high school and even college. You need armed security now, I think, at this point. Because we don't, it can come and it can hit at any time.
I think you need more than one. Like it's almost to the point where you need one in every classroom.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that
because, first of all, it's not enough people that want to be police officers.
Facts. because it doesn't pay enough.
So it don't pay enough, man. And then it's a risk. You risking your life for money. So and then there's certain things you can't do. It ain't like you just go out here and kill folks at your will. You kill somebody, got to do a whole lot of paperwork. You might get suspended. You might go to jail. Now, if you're police, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't want to be cops, man. You know, we got a shortage of police right here in Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? They begging for people to join the force, giving you all kind of incentives and everything.
Yeah.
Man,
so you know, this situation right here, I think just having one in every school, I think is a start. You know, obviously you want to get more as time goes on, but you got to have at least.
I think it's already one. School. It's already one. It's already a police officer in every school, though. I think.
No, there was no police officer present and stuff like that. No, it's not in every school. It needs to be mandatory that it is in every school, though. And then also movie theaters and everywhere else, man. I mean, churches. Everybody should just have armed security in 2022. You know what I'm saying? Because the rich elite have armed security wherever they go. They have their own personal security, and the police, let's just keep it a bean, are really a glorified janitorial unit. They come clean up the problem, do the investigation, whatever. They're never really there to stop stuff. So that's why you just need to have armed security and all that stuff present. You know, I just think that's where we're at right now. But a lot of this stuff, a lot of people, I'm hearing a lot of talk though on why we're seeing a lot of these mass shootings, and I talked about it, and I really believe a lot of MK Ultra is involved with this. I believe that when you look at a lot of these people's eyes, all these killers, they all have the same look. I don't look at the color of the killer. I look in their eyes, and looking into these guys' eyes, especially the one in Texas, it really just threw me for a loop. I'm just like, okay, he doesn't look normal. And obviously they'll say, well, mental health issue. He just shot up a whole school. But what caused this mental health issue? And why do we not address the elephant in the room that MK mind control is real? MK Ultra is real. Like, it's real. It's declassified information. So why wouldn't we think there's sleeper cells all around the United States that they could activate at a drop of a dime to do certain crimes? Because they all act out the same type of crime, either kill their grandmother or kill their mother, and then go do what they need to do. It's the same type of pattern. So it's kind of like, you just wonder, is this connected? Now, I found something very interesting. And shout out to my man, Tommy Truthful, man. I want y'all to go check him out. Hopefully we can get him on the show because he's into gematria and putting things together. This numerology thing is real big, man. And hopefully we can get him on the show so he can kind of break all this stuff down, because there's a lot of murder by the numbers going on. But I found it very interesting that one of the people who was assassinated in the Buffalo situation was creating a engine that obviously ran off water. And obviously now I know a lot of people who are in tune have probably heard about this before, that there's technology that actually does that. But this man was bringing it to the forefront in a low income community in Buffalo. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a an ex-police officer. So he's in the Masonic Brotherhood. Right. But I just want to play this clip right here and let y'all be the judge of some stuff.
Aaron Salter Jr. wore mats in his life, retired police officer, substitute teacher, but one of his true passions was science. He built a lab in his garage where he spent countless hours working to develop an engine that could run on water.
It's not running off of gas fuel? No, there's no gas fuel. No gas fuel.
Sadly, for all he was in life, the world is learning his story because of the courage he displayed doing his job, protecting.
Bill 256 was a bill that they passed to suppress technology, advanced technology. Now, it just so happens that targeted individual equals 256. And on our website, TommyTruthful.com, we have a full video and blog on this subject and show you proof how they have killed people and took people out for these cars that can run off water, or this free energy that we used to use before the last global reset. If you've heard of the Tatarian Empire, right? This Hyperborean race of people that were descendants of Atlantis. They lived in harmony with the vibration of Earth. And, you know, they didn't have to tax people for electricity and use dirty electricity, which breaks down our DNA. They had free energy. But now they will go out of their way to suppress this technology, just like they killed Dr. Sebi, who was teaching people how to cure themselves with diet. They're never going to allow you to know this type of information ever again. This is why they're carrying out this psychological warfare on the people to keep us distracted, to keep us from sharing information and learning the true knowledge, the true history. The victor of war holds the pen to history. Knowledge is power. Tommy Truthful.
Shout out to Tommy Truthful, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I want y'all to go check him out. He gets real deep into this numerology stuff, man. And you know, this situation, you know, not to really get off into that point, but just to say, like, what a coincidence that the man is a security guard at the top store, that this psychopath went in and murdered all those people. It's just, I don't believe in just by chances no more. You know what I'm saying? Because there's 1,000,001 grocery stores you can go to, you know what I'm saying, that are black and urban, you know. But to come with this type of information and then all of a sudden you're the one that lost your life, so to speak, and now this information gets swept back under the rug. I think it makes you question. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. Even though I do feel like some shit be a long shot. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people be reaching. But there is a guy that had also created this technology that went missing back in, like, I think 1950 or something like that. Donnie, hold up, I'm finna pull it up for you. You know, when we were talking about it last night, I did a little more research, and apparently somebody that created the same thing was also taken out.
That's what I'm saying. It just something ain't right, bro. Something ain't right. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, come on, man. It just don't add up. And it's just like what we talked about the Titanic. When they tell the story about the Titanic, they don't tell you that there were individuals on the Titanic that actually were against the central banking system that they were setting up in the United States. And that they were the one opposers. Like, these were the opposers, the ones that were standing firm. And so happened that the captain of the Titanic was a Scottish Rite Freemason. And you know, and he was the captain of the ship, and he was told to obviously sink the Titanic. And those individuals on the Titanic obviously passed away. And voila, now we have a central banking system in the United States that's been running us all the way since 1913. So, you know, it's crazy, man, when you look at his story, because like he said, it's his story. That's what the word history means. You know, we need to stop putting these accents on it and understand the breakdown of words, because that's what's really going on out here. So we're going to try to start getting some of these dudes on our show. We also going to start interjecting certain things onto the show just to question, because that to me was spooky, because the way gas prices is right now, you don't think we need something that can run off water? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would wipe out the gas market. So you, of course, like when we talked off air, Trav, and we said like how people move, like how everybody got their own individual seat at the table, right? So if everybody got their own seat at the table, at that point, it's like, you know, if my way of life is being threatened, then I gotta vanquish that problem. So you might be into water, and now I'm into gas, and now there's somebody coming from my seat with a water, you know, whatever, you know, engine or whatever the case may be. So tobacco, he cool, but you know, I got a problem, so I got to handle that. So I think that's how that went, man. And I think, you know, I'm just real curious to know why was that Tops targeted, and to find out that.
I'm curious too, man, especially after seeing this right here, because people are saying that this man's death was mysterious. And this was back in 1998, Donnie. They say he was having lunch at a Cracker Barrel with his brother and two potential Belgian investors in this water-powered car. The four clinked their glasses to toast their commitment to uplifting the world, but after taking a sip of his cranberry juice, Meyer clutched his throat, sprang on his feet, ran outside.
Yeah.
They poisoned me.
Got freaky tales written all over it, sir.
That guy freaky tales written all over
that shit got freaky tales written all over it, man.
And look, he had his car was working. It was already done. He had already done this. Like, nigga, this is happening right now.
Facts. So that's what I'm saying. It's like certain technology, man, they don't want to get out. And like I said, man, we're gonna talk about so many other different things, but I just wanted to bring that to the people's attention because that right there is spooky. Also, what's spooky is this. We have Sleepy Joe Biden, in other world news. Sleepy Joe Biden, not the real president, sleep behind the wheel. He said that if China attacks Taiwan, that he's prepared to go to war militarily with China. Is this man lost his motherfucking mind? Like, we've posted videos of Chinese military doing certain things like hitting their nuts with bricks, chopping through metal, just all type of dumb shit going on. We don't want no smoke with those Chinese people. So,
I mean,
let's let the Sleepy Joe. Yeah, they train different. They just different. So let's let Sleepy Joe tell you out his own mouth. We don't want to act like we conspirators or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
A consequential one-word response from President Biden, making major headlines during his inaugural trip to Asia as commander-in-chief.
Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
At a press conference in Tokyo, the president taking on the thorny and delicate issue of China-Taiwan relations.
Fuck Taiwan. Excuse my language. I am tired of America getting involved in other people's affairs. We just sent $33 billion to Ukraine. And have we seen the streets of Philadelphia? You know, have we seen the downtown, like that went viral, where they showed the downtown area of Philadelphia? But we could talk about Philly, New York, Chicago, every LA, every major city is a fucking war zone right now. We're sending all our taxpayer money to all these different markets, but we're not protecting our home base. What do you mean if they attack Taiwan? If they attack Taiwan, we'll say, hey, we'll catch you on the back end, nigga. Everything we got is made in China. Don't you know if China decides to pull back shipments on, and what I heard they've already done. Because China is under a massive lockdown. Two of their major cities are under draconian lockdown right now for this COVID shit that has not went away, right? So we got China now under a global, under a crazy lockdown. So now they're sending all their workers home. They're not letting people work. Shipments are now, like, with China, you don't feel the shipment effect until 30 to 60 days, sometimes 90 days later. You feel what I'm saying? So we're going to feel the supply shock that's about to end up happening that people have been talking about with all these goods and foods and stuff like that. So you saying that you're going to go to war with China, with also talking about we're going to defend Ukraine, that don't even sound right to me. That just means we stretch too thin. Where, like you said, Stacey Abrams, we got a mental health problem. We got all our young brothers and sisters is getting locked up by the drones under these RICO acts. Like, everybody who can potentially be on the front line. Like, you got to think, us brothers, man, we just talking shit at this age, nigga. We in our 40s. You feel what I'm saying? I'm talking about the young cats that's out here, the frontliners. You feel me? The young OGs. They locking these dudes up by the drone. So these dudes gonna be in federal custody. They ain't gonna be able to fight nothing. So who is this gonna leave, man? Niggas with pom-poms to defend us? Like, I'm confused what's going on, bro. You feel me?
I'm confused on why we keep taking money when we need money in our country for our people here in America, right? Why do we keep giving these folks money to fund this war and to help them people and all that? I can understand you want to help folks, but you need to help. Charity starts at home.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Joe? All these billions of dollars, then we're gonna have to pay. You're gonna raise our taxes so we can pay the money back to you, which was money that we didn't even want to send to these motherfuckers.
Man, and like I said, bro, I don't understand how are we supposed to protect two different places from two of the other bigger, the number 2 and number 3 biggest superpowers in the world? Like, we're heading for a nuclear fallout, bro. Because how are they going to stop China from doing what they want to do? And how do they plan on stopping Russia? Like, it does not make any sense right now. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of makes me question a lot of things, bro. It makes me question, like the afterlife and stuff like this, because these dudes got technology and the more money than you can shit. So if anything, as far as knowing about the afterlife and the true knowledge of the world, they would know it. You feel what I'm saying? Just based on their resources alone, right? So if it was all this heaven and hell at the end of the world, why would people risk going to hell eternally? Like, if I knew for a fact, if I was Putin, right, and I'm sitting on all these nukes and I'm like, yo, if I hit this button and murder millions of people, I will not go to the afterlife and I'll go to hell. And I know for a fact there's hell because of my resources. I wouldn't do it. Period, point blank. Like, to be honest with you, you would try to do right in the world if you knew for a fact about the afterlife. So are these people saying that is life really without consequence at the end? Because think about it, Trav. These are powerful people and with ancestry. I'm talking about the very, very top people. The very, very top. I ain't talking about people who got a couple of dollars in the state. I ain't talking about the person that owned a couple of gas stations. I'm talking about the tippy tops, the ones that run this world. The way that they carnage and the way that they treat human life, they operate like there's no consequence within the afterlife.
Because they don't care about that. Some of them don't, most of them don't believe in the afterlife, though. They feel like,
but this is what I'm saying. But the order to not believe, I take it even further, and I think we can't dismiss it like that, because dismissing it like that is like saying, like, why wouldn't you want to know? You have access to this information, bro. Like, you have access to this information. You're a world leader. You have access to it. It don't matter if you believe in it or not.
You're saying
like, you
that
have
world
access.
leaders have access to the afterlife.
No, what I'm saying is they have knowledge of the afterlife. They have knowledge of a lot of things that could potentially happen after we leave this earth. And I think the way that they operate, like if we go into a nuclear war or there's a situation where millions upon millions of people are getting murdered, slaughtered, whatever, then you kind of gotta question certain things. You gotta ask yourself a question. That's all I'm saying. It's just food for thought. But going to war with Taiwan and then also doubling back and still trying to defend Ukraine. So what we gonna do? We gonna send Taiwan some bread because China gonna do the same thing Russia doing. So is you gonna send them some money too? So where is all this money coming from? And that's the question, man. We gotta ask ourselves. It's just to me, it's just getting real spooky on that side. You know what I mean?
It is.
So in other news, Superhead has made her way back to the building. And Superhead, man, probably kind of brought some interesting to the table when she had the discussion and when she was discussing her relationships, talking about having a husband and also dating Bow Wow and Wayne at the same time. And the husband kind of being aware, having her bath water ready for dinner, cooked, everything, and playing that role of, like he's cool and down with it. And I'm gonna let her speak on it and I'm gonna comment on it. But we're gonna go ahead and let her run the clip and let her talk a little bit on how the situation went down.
Wayne and Bow are my two boyfriends, and they're gonna be calling 3 o'clock in the morning. Wayne had the house number. So now, mind you, I have my kid. My husband has his kid. We have kids. And by the way, it's my house that I pay for. I pay all the bills. Everybody's dependent on me. I'm the boss. Like, you don't pay for nothing.
You don't answer no phones around here.
Whatever. I do.
Oh, okay.
I remember just waking up my husband.
See.
What I was saying earlier?
Yeah. That's a key word, but I'll let her go ahead and continue. But it was it's she coming from a different level though. You were saying that he was pimping.
Let's keep it going. You got we're gonna get there.
We have kids. And by the way, it's my house that I pay for. I pay all the bills. Everybody's dependent on me. I'm the boss. Like, you don't pay for nothing.
You don't answer no phones around here.
Whatever. I do. I remember just waking up my husband like, hey, I gotta go. I'm taking the Rover. You gotta move your car.
You couldn't move it to the street and then pull it yourself
No,
out?
I'm not doing all this manual labor. And then he would move the car. And then I remember one particular night, I was in my car, I was backing out of the driveway. He moved his car into the street, and then he gave me a kiss goodbye. I'm like, all right, baby, I'll see you in like 2 or 3 days.
Not 2 or 3 days.
Yes. And then I'd be gone for 2 or 3 days. And then I would go home to my husband. And he would have my dinner waiting. My bath water ran.
I want to be like Elizabeth when I grow up.
And then a glass of wine. Like, welcome home, honey. Did you have fun? Yeah. Bitch, I had so much fun. Wayne about my two boyfriends. And they're
let me say this, man, with this situation, right? Like, dude, first off, sounds, you know what I'm saying? The way how she put it. And then also, just the way she broke it down. Like, I'm the boss, first off, I'm paying everything. I'm the boss. So homie living a free, scot-free life. You feel me? But I feel ultimately, though, still, it's like, I don't know how I would feel about, well, if I'm getting the perks off of it. It just depends on how you enter the relationship with a chick. Like, if you enter the relationship on some fast living, oh, this is how y'all moving, y'all kicking it, fucking whatever, and then it morphs into, okay, y'all got a couple kids together and this is how y'all rocking, I think it's different. If not, because it's not traditional, obviously. But the way she making this man sound and what I didn't agree with and what he needs to come in, all these years later, if this was recently, whatever, justify his hand. Like, bro, like, you made me look like a simp ass nigga. Like, I ain't got no control over my household. Like, you gonna do what the fuck I gotta move the car, rub your feet, clean, lick the cum off you and you come home. Like, what the fuck am I, you know what I mean?
Hey,
like, what are we talking about?
It's a mindset. His mindset is just different. You know what I'm saying? Just go back to pimping. A pimp got a different mindset. You know what I'm saying? They don't really love no chicks like that. They mind have been reconditioned to be able to live that lifestyle. Now, we all know niggas that say they done pimped or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
you ain't pimped until you done watch your main bitch get busted, nigga.
Look,
you ain't motherfucking pimped until you done motherfucking got
and
a couple dollars off something.
No, not had no feelings, and not a couple dollars, not a couple.
No, I'm just saying, whatever your version of a couple dollars is, you know what I'm saying?
Like some money, like a bitch, she getting it out her pussy, my nigga, to give to you.
Yeah.
I mean, this is actually one of those cases where she's saying, "Look, you see what I got up on the screen? I pay all the bills." Guess what that nigga don't do? Nothing.
Yeah, but is that do? Yeah, but is that pimping? I can't say that's pimping mindset. He maybe just allows his chick to do that because of the perks he get with it, but that ain't pimping because you got a pimp. It doesn't go to you. The bread don't go to you. She said, "Nigga, I got all the bread. I do all this."
Donnie, think about it. The story definitely does sound interesting, which it should. It's her podcast. It's her show. She should make it sound so interesting that she wants people like us to just tune in and listen. Because guess what? I actually went and listened to this episode when I saw this clip. So it works for her. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, man, bro mindset. I bet you we can talk to dude. He probably like, man, y'all, it ain't even what y'all really think, bro. I don't give a fuck. She can do what she want to do, my nigga. I live very comfortable, nigga, in a big ass house. I drive nice cars. I do what I want to do. I play exactly how I want to play.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it just depends on.
And that's my wife. That's my wife. That's my baby.
Now, if he cool with that, like if he genuinely in his heart don't have a problem with her doing what she do, we don't know that though. Like I'm just saying, it could be two sides, bro. Like there are niggas that are in situations just like females. There are females that are in situations that, yeah, they man do what they do, but he pay all the bills, he do all that. And in a perfect world, hell no, they don't want it like that, but they don't want to sacrifice their situation and how they living. So they go with it.
Let me
And I
ask you
think
something.
that's what this man is facing. I think he's
How
just on
many?
the opposite side of it.
How many females do you really know like that right now?
I mean, off the top of you talking about off the top of my head?
Not many, bro. It ain't many chicks dealing with that shit in 2022, my nigga.
Man, no, I mean, no,
You know what I'm saying?
no, there
Not
are,
many.
there are. You can't say that because we not a relationship based show. So I
I didn't
can't
say
really
it wasn't
say.
any. I said it's not many. I didn't say it wasn't any. I said it's not many.
But
That's why
what's
I
the
said how many
definition
people?
of not many?
Not a lot. It's not a lot. Not a lot.
Y'all get in the comment box and let me know. Y'all get in the comment box and let me know.
Compared to the masses, it's not a lot, bro. That's kind of like when they say it's kind of like when women complain about the like black men dating white women. It's not a lot. That's a very small percentage, bro. That's a very small percentage of women dealing with BS, my nigga. It's not the majority. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. But I understand what you're saying, though.
I can't. But how do we say that's a fact, though? Facts are.
How many
like,
women you know? How many women you know doing that?
I mean, I know a couple. But I'm not gonna put them out there. Why would I put them out there?
I'm just saying. No. You said you know a couple. A couple is two.
Yeah, I mean, but that's.
Do you know?
That's out of my. That's how the women. That's how. That would be out of somebody I'm actively.
Let me ask
having
you
conversations with, though.
Let me ask you something, though. Let me ask you something, though. Let me say this. It isn't the majority of people that you know. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm not gonna say the majority, but if it's every nigga knows somebody, just like everybody got a crackhead in their family, or somebody that did drugs, or everybody got somebody that's gay in their family. Or you know what I'm saying? It's not everybody that's gay. If it's just one person, nigga, that's too fucking many if you add up everybody's family. So if you add up everybody knows somebody that's dealing with somebody in that type of space. It might not be the majority of your friends, but it's definitely
I agree with you. Everybody, I agree with you. Yeah, we know everybody knows somebody doing that kind of stuff.
So if everybody knows somebody that's like that, and look how many people it is in this world, so that means it's millions, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. So ultimately,
yeah, I ain't down you on that, man. It's billions. It's definitely billions.
So I feel that most people now, especially when you got niggas like Future pushing toxicity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a toxic. You know, people are looking for this type of thing, or they don't mind being in that space because the rappers are popularizing it. Now, don't get it twisted. Don Peoplez in 2022, I ain't dealing with no toxic ass chick. You feel what I'm saying? Now that type shit, I don't even like soda. So at the end of the day, I definitely don't want none that's like that. No, sir.
I feel you, dog.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you. But I'm gonna tell you though, man. Another thing, you know what I'm saying? As we push this subject on what's been going on. And you know how we just flip it from one on the hip hop. Now we're gonna get back on something real with y'all. Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, ain't nobody talking about, but what you feel about this monkeypox situation, man? You think this shit gonna lock us back down? What's your opinion on it? You think this the long play? Is they gonna lock us back down with this shit right here?
Man, this
is what scares me.
That'll lock me
all
down.
You people that are in Atlanta, this is really, we should have put this in our Atlanta at the top of the show, because really this is a message to Atlanta, bro. The CDC in Atlanta. This is for us in the A. Because like I said, it's a lot of you women now that are accepting bisexual contact. You know what I'm saying?
You see that nigga arm and leg,
you gonna fuck around and catch something. But see, at least with this shit, you fuck around, but see, this shit right here, you ain't hiding this like no COVID. You ain't coming out with no mask on and be able to sneak around.
No, you be like Dark Man. And you remember Dark Man? Their whole body covered up, everything.
This ain't happening.
Like the Muslim chick, they had their whole body covered up.
But it could be a situation where it take a couple days to get like this. So say the first couple days you super infected and you able to transmit that shit. And then you start getting the bumps and all that type of shit. Like this is the shit that'll make you go get a goddamn jab. And this is why they gonna throw this out. And with Bill Gates sneaky ass, this is what he was talking about. He was talking about this right here. He said, this is what is gonna get people, talking. And he had that little wink and that little weasel ass wink in his eye. This is what he was talking about. I personally feel that this is what they're gonna use next, and they're gonna blow it out the water. This is what they're gonna blow out the water right here, because this is gonna scare niggas. A nigga ain't gonna want to touch no chick knowing the nigga he can motherfucking catch this shit.
Hey, imagine
You really
seeing that
gonna
between the
you
chick
really
legs,
gonna
dog.
want to see a chick's 30-day medical records after seeing some shit like this.
Man. You heard
Like,
what I said,
oh,
Donnie?
bitch, you got monkey, because I'm telling you, if it's a
Got monkey
situation,
pox.
listen,
Got monkey pox, bitch.
if monkeypox, and this is what they not talking about, we need to know this. Is monkeypox like the flu? You catch the flu from somebody who got the flu. Like if they got the flu or whatever the case may be, you catch it. They might be in early transmission, so they might just be fevering, but they walking through the store, and now you didn't. You know what I'm saying? So is that the same with this shit? Like somebody can just be in early stages and give it to you, and now both of y'all 5 days later are breaking out like this. Or could it be something else more crazier, right? Could the 5G towers, you know, we going left, nigga. Y'all fucking with DeadBolt ATL on this motherfucker, man. We go left when we go live. So could it be the 5G towers that activate this shit? All you niggas that took the previous jab. Who knows? I'm just saying, bro. That's some push shit. That's some activation shit right there, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That make you not want to walk barefooted. That make you not want to have no like this shit. If they would have hit niggas with this shit before COVID, everybody would have got the jab. See, they played their hand wrong. They should have came with this first before some invisible shit.
Yeah, I agree with you.
If you really want to put a nigga down, if you really want to put a nigga down, fam, this is what you need right here. This is gonna get a nigga like, man, shit, I ain't trying to catch that shit. See, that'll really think about it. They already got like almost half of the population jabbed up the first time. Now, if they can get, say, another third of the population jabbed, so now it's like we in small numbers now, because now almost everybody's jabbed, either with monkeypox or the other shit. You feel me? I just don't know how we want to play this, man. But I know for a fact, this is shout out to Atlanta. Y'all gotta chill out. Women, y'all gotta start holding these dudes accountable. Y'all letting bisexual dudes bust y'all down. And y'all ain't making them wear strappy, man. Like, what the fuck is going on? That's cap. Like, we need order. So this is what's going on here, man. This is a personal message to the A. Don Peoplez, man. I'm letting y'all know, man. This shit right here, they put this shit down to A. It's trouble.
My boy said it over, man.
It's
over, man. Because I can't even lie,
yeah.
Bro. If I go outside and see somebody with an arm like that, or just imagine you go outside and you see a nigga looking like this right here. You feel me?
I mean,
Planet Terror. That's where we gonna be.
Listen.
Planet Terror.
I still feel that the CDC ain't in the business of making jokes. Did you think the CDC was in the business of making jokes?
Not at all.
Not at all. So when we still go to no. So when we go to their website, they still got that zombie apocalypse shit up.
Yeah,
but the CDC
that ain't going nowhere.
They ain't into making jokes though. You hear me? They ain't into making jokes. But niggas ain't paying attention, bruh. So I don't know how they gonna play this shit. But what I'm saying is, and this is a message to the A. This better not be no hot boy or hot girl summer for y'all niggas. Y'all better fall back. Fall back. I'm trying to tell you, bro, because if that shit get in New York, that shit gonna make its way down here, because there's a lot of yo son niggas down here. It's a lot of you niggas down here. So at the end of the day, yeah, we need to watch this. We need to watch it. But you know what I'm saying? Moving forward, man, into other news that don't require bumps on a nigga. Man, let's get into my man Charleston White real quick, man, because my man had a little altercation, man, over the goddamn week, man, with a little young nigga named 600 Breezy. You feel what I'm saying? Now, for y'all who don't know Charleston White, man, lightweight be speaking up, man, just on some real shit. Now, does he have his character, his satire? Fucking right, he does.
Yeah, he do.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what makes a character, right? Like he tells y'all all the time, he's in character. Like niggas is not listening to dry niggas on YouTube, bro. You can't be sounding like you reading from a fucking book. You gotta learn something from these niggas. So I know he in character to animate what he got going on, but he done got under a lot of niggas' skin. And now recently he done made a comment on King Von and that Lil Tim situation, and he said that Lil Tim did a service for God by eliminating the demon from this earth. You know what I'm saying? Now these niggas talk about they on demon time and all this type of shit. Like this is what they be on. They on demon time. You know, they preaching, they ghouls and goblins and all this type shit. So if you a demon, nigga, what the fuck? I don't want you around me. So yeah, nigga, you need to get vanquished, nigga. So he's saying Lil Tim took out a demon, but they saying that this little clip right here showed him getting pressed. So we'll just play the clip.
These my people. Hold on. These my people, right?
I mean, the nigga ain't said nothing, but these my people though, for real.
No, but there's an extended clip that also shows Charleston White, and he getting loud with 600 Breezy. But at the end of the day, I didn't really give a fuck about all that. You know, the reason we talking about this is just because this is trending. You know, we get into shit that's going on. But this dude right here, man, Charleston White, like he's 50 years old, nigga. He ain't no, you know what I'm saying? 600 Breezy, he's not even 30. Of course, nigga, he can come on, man. Dude, like 6'2". Like, of course, there's no stripes on beating up Charleston White, and it ain't no,
I agree.
There ain't no stripes for none of them, neither one of them niggas to get into it, because Charleston White getting into it with him means that he must feel that he's protected in that spot. And he even said, nigga, I press charges on that nigga. Nigga, for 600, he's a convicted felon. He'd have been back in jail, nigga, quicker than lickety split, nigga. And that's just really what it is. So when we look at this situation,
I got the video right here, Don. I got the video right here. This is what you're talking about right here.
Stand by 6'2". Nigga probably can be a motherfucker.
Hold on, let me play it.
I ain't gonna say he ain't checked me. Yeah, I ain't gonna say the young nigga ain't checked me. The little nigga stand by 6'2". Nigga probably can be a motherfucker defensive end, nigga, for one of them NFL football team, nigga. So what y'all think? I'm gonna fight that young nigga? That nigga 20 years, something younger than me. Yeah, but one thing I know about the young nigga, he didn't want to fight with all them chains around his neck, but he was upset. He was very, very angry, and the nigga threatened me. Yeah, you don't know. I started calling the police on him right then and there on this motherfucking ass. Nigga tell me next time I see you outside this circle, what he'll do to me. Nigga, I'm damn near senior citizen level, and I'm disabled. You don't know that, but I am. I started to go put the police on him, motherfucker. Hey, officer, listen. You see that man in that suit over there? He threatened me earlier today when we... I ain't gonna say he ain't checked.
That's what I'm saying. Charleston White, he said, I'm damn near seeing exactly, my nigga. Like, you get no stripes for beating up a nigga, man, when you pass a certain age, bro. And you ain't got no size on you and shit like that. It is what it is. But yeah, Charleston White, to me, and also him and Hassan Campbell, them niggas is my two favorite dudes because they call out niggas. And these niggas is worth calling out, bro. They do a lot of weird shit. They don't stand on a lot of shit, and them brothers call them out, and that's their lane. And we sit back and we pick apart their lane. We talk about it, and it gives us good shit to get into. But that's why niggas is mad. Niggas is mad because that nigga said, nigga, homie was a demon and he deserved to be vanquished. But also, too, man, like,
hold on, before you move forward, Donnie, I want to ask you about this situation right here, dog. What you think about this issue? Because earlier this week, Gunner was denied bond. And his trial date is set for January 9th, 2023. You had Jewel Wicker in the courtroom, and she said prosecutors allege YSL is a gang, not just a record label. They also allege Gunner serves in a command role. And why
he got the bread. He got the bread. And then also
he's like second in charge or something.
Also, you know, the prosecutor read lyrics in the courtroom in front of the judge, reading lyrics like "Take that shit to trial," "Mother F the judge," "I'm a Freemason," "I'm a beat," this all type of motherfucking lyrics. So at the end of the day, now that these lyrics are going to be permitted to be in court, I think now they're in a messed up situation. We really got to call it for what it is now at this point, because you know, I know Jay-Z and Meek Mill, they got this bill that, you know, they're trying to censor lyrics, you know, not to be used against, you know, them in the court of law. And I don't know how that's going to end up affecting the trial down the line. But of course, when the judge heard that, oh, mother F, oh, okay, you think it's sweet. We're gonna go ahead and get you up out of here. You know, of course, they're not gonna let these brothers out. These brothers will sit, they're gonna try to break them. You know, that's just the situation with these dudes. I think ultimately we got a situation where
ultimately gonna snitch. That's what you think? That's what you're gonna say?
I mean, he's in a situation, man, to where it just really depends, man. You know, you never know.
Think about this, Donnie. Think about this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously they arrested Gunna because he is you know, he involved with Young Thug. He part of the label or whatever. You know, they're talking his music. But I think they also know Gunna is the least violent person in this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really been caught doing nothing. You know, he's probably the good guy, but he just been around the wrong people. So I think setting his trial date 6 or 7 months out from now is going to give him time to sit and think and maybe tell those people, look, I'm ready to talk. I'm tired of sitting here. I've been in here for months. I mean, you know, a person can sit in jail for 10 days and be like, man, nah, this ain't it, man. Let me go in. Let me talk to these folks, man. You know what I'm saying?
Pictures is circulating, man. He definitely looking bad in there. I mean, I don't. I mean, we gonna see how that's gonna end up playing out. But I think now that these lyrics are gonna be submitted, it's an uphill. It's a tough battle. You know what I mean? But
that's a tough one, man.
But you know, ultimately, the thing also that people have been talking about also, man, now we got so many different variations of Mount Rushmore, right? We got Mount Rushmore all time, Mount Rushmore for a decade. So this recent Mount Rushmore that came about has Eminem, Jay-Z, Kanye West, and Lil Wayne as rocking out from 2000 to 2010. I don't think I can disagree with that. Like what are we saying about this, Trav? When we look at this Mount Rushmore, are we in agreement with this from 2000 to 2010?
Yeah.
Nobody that you would know,
top
nobody
MCs, top artists from 2000 to 2010. Man, no, this spot on point. I mean, Wayne was really doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? For real, during that time. All of them were.
The GOAT.
So, yeah.
The GOAT. Definitely. I mean, yeah, I really didn't have too much to say about this list. You know what I'm saying? When I seen that Mount Rushmore, I said, yeah, all those dudes was. I mean, maybe you could say, well, DMX was late 90s. He really wasn't 2000s.
No,
so
X
yeah,
didn't have that run like that.
Yeah, he ain't had that run. So yeah, I would give it these four for that. So yeah, shout out to them, man, for making the Mount Rushmore. But also, man, shout out to the boy Colin Kaepernick for now getting an opportunity to come back into the NFL and have his long-awaited tryout with the Las Vegas Raiders. I've been felt that Colin Kaepernick should have had an opportunity to come back into the spotlight and get a chance. But I do feel disappointed that all the kneeling and the awareness that he put on, police brutality, he really didn't take that and run with it. It's like he took some money from the NFL, took his punishment, and now he's going to get an opportunity to entertain us again. It makes me question what was his whole motive. What was the whole agenda, because all you got was a couple of dollars and we really don't know too much. You really don't speak. You don't have no public forum. It's like you went off into the shadows and now you come back into the game and you about to get an opportunity to play again. It's kind of crazy. You feel me?
You see this comment right here about Stay Cooking 2021? He said, AB said it best. Dude got his bag. He sucked. No one cares. Do you feel that way? You feel like Colin Kaepernick sucked?
No, I mean, Colin Kaepernick was one of my favorite quarterbacks. I don't think that I think with all these other quarterbacks is getting opportunities to be backups and third strings. Colin Kaepernick can definitely
get a roster
couple
spot.
of games. Yeah, definitely get a roster spot. But do you want to deal with the headache though? Like, do you want to deal with all the stuff that's going to come with Colin Kaepernick coming back into the league? And, it makes you wonder on what's going on with that. It's just crazy when you think about it. You know what I mean? Overall, but We'll see. I think he can make a roster spot. I'm anxious to see what he gonna end up doing. Is they gonna, is this just for show? I hope this ain't like a Tim Tebow situation where he just come back and then they get him out of there. But his overall message, I feel that he didn't stand for nothing when it was time to just stand. He took the bag, and it is what it is. But on a sports tip, I'm glad to see that he got his opportunity to come back. I think that's dope. But what's crazy, man, this situation right here that happened in the airport with a former NFL player and the United Airlines worker, this situation, man, was crazy. While we on our little sports topic, like, dude kind of got dropped, and the way that he fell was just like epic. Like, but I wasn't feeling that the black man had to be the one to go to jail though. Now they fired the other dude, but like this situation right here, man, this went viral, and they fired homie. You feel what I'm saying? But the black dude, he went to jail for simple assault. But if dude assaulted him first, I know it's mixed videos that's out, showing him starting it or whatever. But majority of the people are saying that the United Airline worker, started the incident. But dude should have kept his cool and showed customer service.
So you think the United Airline worker was in the wrong? My bad.
Yeah, I think he was in the wrong. He should have.
Oh, did you see the whole video?
I mean, I seen this video where dude rushed him, and I seen another one where the black dude kind of threw a punch. So it's kind of all over the place with these dudes.
It is, man, because when I first saw this, I mean, obviously we ain't showing the clip, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got it, and then sometimes YouTube don't want you to show certain things, so we're gonna stay away from the violence and the blood and all that right there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But when I first saw this video, the way they had cut it, it was the white guy slapping the black dude, and then the black dude was like, "Y'all see what he doing to me?" And he took off on him.
Yeah.
But then a couple days later, I saw another video where the black guy was already teeing off on this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's
and
what
he
I'm
was
saying.
dizzy, and then he kind of like walked up and slapped him. Boom. And then that's when the black guy like, "You see what he doing to me?" Teed off on him, swole him up, blooded him up right quick, like too. So I mean, really, I think that I don't know, man. Sometimes in that moment, man, you can't be pussy, man. It is what it is. I'm willing to risk it all. And that's what the white guy was willing to do. He risked it all.
Risked it all, man.
But he'll get another job though. And,
he gonna get a GoFundMe too, though. You already know people gonna take care of him. You know how this game.
See what Alec Baldwin saying? This is a millionaire actor. You see what he's saying? They just shot somebody on the movie set. May I remind you, he just killed somebody on the movie set. As we all know, Alec Baldwin, he ain't went to jail yet or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like he literally just killed the woman with a gun, with a prop gun on a movie set. A prop gun that had an actual bullet in it.
That is crazy.
Nothing has happened to this guy. So
crazy.
He need to sit down. He don't need to chime in on nothing. Like for real. You know what I'm saying? But this situation right here is crazy, man.
So
hey, man.
that was my take on it, man. But hopefully dude got out of jail. Hopefully, he plays in the CFL now. He's a former NFL player, so he's in the CFL. Hopefully he doesn't lose his job, man. And
let me ask you something, man. What was up with this summer football shit they had going on in Birmingham? What is it, the USFL?
Yeah, I think so.
So you ain't even familiar with it?
Nah.
Okay, because I was kind of curious as to what was going on. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that shit had came on like once the NFL season was over with, and people at my job were talking about it. Like people that love football were like they were excited to see this new league take off. So you're not familiar with that, so we ain't even talk no more about it. What we got next, Donnie?
Well, I mean, I think we done ran through everything, man. So before we get about, we got to get into the fuckery though. Now, the fuckery this time, man, it's not really, I can't really say it's a bad fuckery, because God says you should fruit the earth, right? You should be fruitful. You should multiply. But this situation right here makes me wonder, how much multiplying are you supposed to do? So man, we have my man, who has caught flack, and I'm real curious to know, are these all his? Are these all 30 biological children? But he caught a lot of flack from the community, basically, because he's fathered so many kids. But from what he's saying, like, hey, bro, I take care of mine. I take care of mine. You know what I mean?
It's shit strange, Donnie. Let me run the clip for you.
Run that clip.
Pull out game, mate. Pull out game, man. I just don't pull out, bitch. Or you motherfuckers that want to know, I don't pull out. It ain't weak, motherfucker. I don't pull out. Fuck you mean, weak, motherfucker? Said to talk about my motherfucking kids. You niggas got 3 or 4 and don't do a motherfucking thing. Ain't shit weak over here. My pockets ain't weak and my dick soul ain't weak, bitch ass nigga. You pussy ass nigga sitting there talking. Ain't got a motherfucking dollar in your pocket. Ain't got a dollar in your motherfucking pocket. Ain't got a dollar in your motherfucking pocket. But you want to talk that shit. I'm still that nigga with 30. I'm still that nigga with 30. I'm still that nigga with 30. Fuck you mean, bitch. I'm still that nigga. When you get like me, then you gonna fuck with me, bitch. That's all I got to say, nigga. You niggas will never be me. Quit trying to run behind because you fuck the same bitch I fuck with that don't make you me. It will never make you me. Pull out game.
I don't think nobody wants to be you, sir.
Yeah, I mean, this.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
This situation right here make me question sometimes. This shit make me question sometimes our existence, man. When you see things like this, I mean, 30 is just too much, homie. I can understand you being fruitful, but there's no way that you can give all 30 of those children.
My bad, Donnie. Hold on, Donnie. Let me ask you something.
You know
Did the video display on screen?
No, we heard it though.
Okay, it did. Okay, my bad.
We didn't even need to show
that, y'all.
Listen, y'all know that he black. We didn't even need to goddamn show that man face.
I could have, so I had it in that view right there. My bad, y'all.
It's
in
all
the live
good.
stream.
Yeah,
y'all heard him though.
Y'all heard.
He said, "You don't need what he said." Yeah, we just listened to it. I already forgot what the nigga said.
Yeah, the cone that got you. But yeah, his pullout game ain't weak and his money ain't weak. So it is what it is. He flashed a couple grand on camera, but he's a truck driver, probably more than likely. But there's no way. It's not even about the money. What about the time? And I think ultimately, I don't think he can give time equally to all those kids because they buy a whole bunch of different mothers. I would assume at least 3, 4.
He got started.
But maybe all of them ain't biological. Maybe he take care of some. I mean, it could be anything. People go viral for a lot of different reasons. But if those are all 30 of his kids, he take care of all 30 of them. He's in their life. Man, salute that brother, man. You just got to get the fuckery just for your reaction. I think if you'd have came on like a civilized man and just really just explain why you being fruitful and multiplying, we would love to get you on the show, reach out to you and you come on and explain why, you want to be that fruitful and have that many children, especially birthing all them kids into a prison. I couldn't even sleep at night knowing all the knowledge I know now. You know what I'm saying? To have 30 of them, man. So, yeah, I mean, that situation in itself to me is crazy. I mean, but he also made a point, though. It's niggas that got 1 kid and don't take care of their kid properly. 3 and 4, so it really ain't about, I guess, the amount is if you a great father or not. But you just got to get the fuckery, man, just for the reaction, man. Not because you being that fruitful. I would say more so the reaction, how you handle it. But 30 just a little bit too much for my I don't know. That's a lot of motherfucking goddamn diapers, boy. I tell you. But man,
a lot of motherfuckers.
You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in, man, and hearing me and my nigga, man, talk shit and swallow spit. Y'all know what we be on, man. Trav, man, tell them, man, where they could tap in with us at.
Right here on YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and tap that bell, man, and turn on them post notifications.
Share.
Know when we active, man. Matter of fact, also share the channel, man. Share the live stream right now, man. Shout out to everybody who tapped in, man. There weren't many of y'all, but we getting a little better. Y'all jumping in and jumping out. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good. Catch it on the replay.
Catch it on the replay, man. Catch it on the
Replay.
replay. Also, Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Follow us on the ground, man. DeadBolt ATL. Matter of fact, everything. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. It's all the same. DeadBolt ATL.
Gone.
So we gone.
Gone.
Ready to go. Yeah. My dog
Gone.
said it's over with, man. Fuck it.